Again, hello students, my name is Anne St. Clair. I am the Student Activities Coordinator for Stitches. And what Stitches stands for is Student and Teacher Center for Health Sciences. I'm sorry, Student and Teacher Integrated Center for Health Sciences. We are based at the Kendall Campus. For the time being, this program is only offered at the Kendall Campus, okay? Meet my team, so of course, my name, myself, Gabrielle Fernandez, she's the academic coordinator. Then we have Dr. Sean McLean, who is our project director, and then we have JD Marin, the administrative clerk. So I'm going to leave this up for just a little bit in case you want to either write down our information or take a picture of the screen or whatever, just in case you would like to reach out to me later on in the future, okay? All right, so what is Stitches? In a nutshell, Stitches is an educational support program designed to help allied health sciences students who have not yet taken Chemistry 1033. That's what Stitches is all about. Okay, our main focus is to assist students who are in the health sciences, in particular the majors you see here. So if your major is nursing, dental hygiene, clinical laboratory sciences, histologic technology, nuclear medicine, respiratory care, veterinary technology, funeral services. If your major is any of these, Stitches will be for you because you will be taking Chemistry 1033, okay? And with Chemistry 1033, it is a very challenging course, and which is why Stitches was put into place. It's a challenging course, and we put it into place to be able to help students be successful in the health sciences field. Passing Chemistry 1033 with at least a C on the first attempt is essential for your admission into any health sciences program. I know for sure so the majors you see on the screen, usually students who are in part of these majors, they usually transfer to MDC Medical Campus, right? And for the medical campus, students are not allowed to fail a science class more than twice. Okay, so if you fail a science class twice, your chances of actually getting into the medical campus is slim to none, almost none. All right, so let's just say, for example, you're taking Chemistry 1033 in the fall term, you fail it. Then you take it again in the spring term and you fail it. That's 2 times already. So there's no need for you to apply to the medical campus. I'm not trying to be negative. This is the reality. This is calling a thing. This is the reality of it, okay? So that's why we have Stitches in place, because we help our students to be able to, well, before I get into that, so that's the criteria for medical campus. I would imagine FIU, Nova, Berry, I would imagine that their criteria is a lot more stricter, okay? And with Chemistry 1033, I don't want you to think that, you know what, this is a science class that I'm just gonna take for now, I'm not gonna use it in the future. You absolutely will use Chem 1033 later on in the future in the health science field. You will see it again in other science classes. You will see it while you're taking your nursing classes, while you're taking your respiratory care classes. They will refer back to Chem 1033. So that's why it's extremely important that you not only pass it, but you understand the concepts of it, you understand all of that, and then ace that class, okay? And so at Stitches, what we do is we pair our students, before I get into this part, at Stitches, what we do is we pair our students with tutors, and these are students who themselves have taken and passed Chem 1033. Okay, so these are students, they've taken Chemistry 1033 before, they've passed it with an A, and then they're now tutoring other students, because I believe that a lot of times, and research has shown that as well, that students learn better from peers. And so these are students who themselves are either in the nursing program, they have a bachelor's. We have a student, we have a fellow, she's also a student, I say fellow because we also call our tutors, we also call them fellow. We have a tutor who is actually going to Yale in the fall term. So these are students, these are tutors who are driven, they are disciplined, and so they'll be able, like birds of a feather flock together. They'll be able to teach you some good study habits, some good study skills that you could apply yourself, to be able to pass Chem 1033. And so what we do is we pair you with a tutor for the entire semester. So if you're taking Chemistry 1033 for the fall term, you have that tutor for the entire fall term. Okay. And then providing, of course, you take the exam, you pass, and then yeah, we celebrate you. And in turn, if you would like to give back and you yourself would like to become a tutor, you can do that as well. Now, for the Stitches Scholars Program, as I mentioned earlier, it is to support students pursuing the pathways in the health sciences, and it's specifically in these majors. Sometimes students may think whenever I mention health science, because I do understand that health sciences is pretty broad. Sometimes students think sometimes students may think that if you're in the veterinarian program, or you're pursuing to become a doctor, or a dentist, or physical therapy, or physician assistants, they will think that they could come to that the Stitches program or the Stitches Academy is for them as well. And not necessarily. So for those students, you'll be taking a different sort of chemistry. You most likely will be taking chemistry 1045 or chemistry 1046, right? We do offer tutoring for that as well. So if you need assistance in Chem 1045, in Chem 1046, like any type of chemistry, you are more than welcome to come to our Stitches Center and receive tutoring for that. But to be paired with a tutor for the entire semester, you would have to you would have to join the Stitches Academy, and you would have to be in one of these pathways that you see on the screen. Okay. We have a lot of students who come in our office. I have a student now who is she's actually a nurse, and she is pursuing her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. She has her ASN, her Associate of Science in Nursing, and she's pursuing her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. And for that, that's a different chemistry. That's chemistry 1045. And so she will come into the center with her scrubs and all, and she'll get tutoring for that chemistry 1045. But she does not have one that she's paired with the entire semester. So that's the difference. To be paired with a tutor for the entire semester, you would have to be pursuing one of the pathways that you see on the screen, okay? I have this up right here, career exploration tips. This is if you want to look up like the daily tasks, or the skills, the education and certifications that's needed for the careers that you're pursuing. Like if you would like to know how much a nurse makes, or how much a nuclear medicine technologist make, or what is a nuclear technologist. If you would like to look into their roles, their pay, their education that's required, you can go here. You could go to the website that you see here to look that up as well. So as you all know, the job market trends, like it is definitely growing. What this pandemic has shown us is that everybody else, a lot of people were at home. A lot of people were working remotely, but like people in the health field, that was our frontline workers, like amongst other people. But I know for sure the people in the hospitals were our frontline workers, and so it's a hot commodity now to work in the hospital. And I don't want you to just focus on. Let me go back to just focus on being a nurse or being a dental hygienist. Clinical laboratory, that is also a hot commodity. A clinical laboratory, let me see what it is. A clinical laboratory science is a medical laboratory scientist, also known as a medical technologist or clinical laboratory scientist, who works to analyze a variety of biological specimens. And basically, you are responsible for performing scientific testings on samples and reporting results to physicians. That is the histologic technologist that is desperately needed in the work field today. So what happens is that what a histologic technologist does is that they take a tissue and they turn that into a slide. Like you know, oftentimes when a celebrity would pass away, and at the time they'll say the cause of death is unknown. What they're waiting for is a histologic technologist to get the tissue and then turn that into a slide so that a physician could study that. They're hot commodities. Nuclear medicine, what a nuclear medicine technologist does is that let me read it to you. I don't want to say it verbatim. Nuclear medicine technology is a branch of medicine that uses small amounts of radioactive substances to take pictures of areas inside the body and to treat diseases. For example, in cancer, the radioactive substance may be used with a special machine to find the cancer, to see how far it has spread, or to see how well a treatment is working. That's a nuclear technologist. These are careers that are extremely hot commodities right now. They're needed in the health field. So don't just focus on, I want to be a nurse. I mean, being a nurse is amazing. I'm not knocking that out. Being a nurse is amazing, but don't just focus on being a nurse or going into dental hygiene, becoming a dental hygienist. Look into clinical laboratory sciences, histologic technologists, nuclear medicine. There are hot commodities in the hospitals right now, and they get paid very well. So if you're interested in any of these, you can always go to this website and look at their daily tasks, look at how much they get paid, look at the education that's needed, and a lot of the majors I just showed you, oftentimes all you need is an associate of science to get into the program, and that's about 2 or 3 years of schooling, and then boom, you're able to land a major career. Okay. Now going back to, let me see, I'll go with Stitches Academy. So going back to joining Stitches and the whole chemistry 1033. So what we do is, like I mentioned, we pair you with a tutor, and what happens with this, the way it works is that you would join the Stitches Academy. And with the Stitches Academy, it is a free summer bridge opportunity. And the summer program takes place, I would say, within 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks of August is 2 weeks of not necessarily an orientation, but it's like a somewhat of a summer camp, I would say, somewhat of a summer camp. So the first and last days are in person, and the remainder of the days are usually done virtually. Okay. Students will be able to participate in the self-paced algebra support using Alex. And why is that important? Is because a prerequisite for Chemistry 1033 is Math 1033, which is intermediate algebra. And so we want to make sure that you're, well aware of that, and you're well versed in Math 1033. And so we have the Alex there to support you as well. Students are able to earn soft skills certification from the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. What it does is when you get like a certification, like a soft skill certification, what it does is it basically shows your employers that you know how to take initiative. You love to learn and evolve yourself to become a better person. So you got a certificate of how to, expand on your soft skills. You're learning how to communicate. You're learning how to critically think. You're learning problem solving. That's what it is. That's all soft skill certification is. That's what it's all about. And employers would like to see that. And it's beautiful to have, like, any type of certification that you're able to have on your resume is amazing. So that's what that is. And so students are able to receive that at the end of the academy as well. And also the benefit of joining the academy is that you're able to build a sense of community with peers, faculty, and staff. Now, once students are done with the academy, so once you complete all of this, then you will qualify for the Stitches Scholars Program. Now, so during the academy, you are not taking Chemistry 1033 at all. Remember, this is only a 2-week summer camp. I know I'm using camp for lack of a better term, but it's a 2-week summer camp. Okay. Once you complete that, then you'll be able to join the Stitches Scholars. Okay. And once you become a Stitches Scholar, you are taking Chemistry 1033 as a Stitches Scholar. You're taking Chemistry 1033, and you will be paired with your tutor. Okay. You will be paired with a tutor. As a scholar, students will also have to attend student success workshop. You have 4 student success workshops that needs to be completed. We also offer our students a CPR certification as well. And then at the end of everything, once you've submitted, you've completed the workshops, you have earned the industry certification, you have passed your Chemistry 1033 with an A or B or a C. We'll take a C, preferably with like an A. Then you'll be awarded with a $500 stipend at the end of the semester. And that $500 stipend, you can use that, at the end of the academic year. Okay, so that means if you're taking the class in the fall term, you'll receive the stipend early summer term. Okay. And you could use that money to purchase books, book bags, or whatever, or you can even pocket that money. That's up to you. And yeah, that's the benefits of being joining Stitches. And how do you qualify? You have to be a first-time college student, and you have to enroll as an MDC student for the upcoming semester. Pursue a health science pathway of the majors listed on the screen before on the screen that you see here. Complete the Stitches Academy, and of course you have to be registered for Chemistry 1033. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to me via email where it says stitches@mdstep.edu. I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit so you can go ahead and take a picture of it. So if you have any questions, just either call me, call our center, and ask to speak to Ann. If you'd like more information about Stitches, you can do that. You can email me as well. And yeah, I'll assist you as much as I can.